Earth Island, being the last of the naturals, has a really interesting tone to end of the natural islands as a whole. The dark tone and atmosphere this island goes for has been a subject of much praise for the island. Let's see if that praise is really deserved. Okay, let's get going. Dipsters are once again in the bottom of the barrel. Like usual, their voice doesn't match the tone of the island at all. Like Larvalist, the composition is way too manic to fit into the atmospheric opening and contribute to overbloating the song with half-decent sounds. These are far from the worst dipsters, but they are still pretty underwhelming. Humbug is absolutely pointless on this island. Its track is covered by 5 other monsters, it doesn't add anything really all that interesting, and only plays once, so it's barely impactful. The only thing that it really has going for it is the instrument of choice, but that's nowhere near enough to save it. Real Woolbox isn't necessarily bad, but it suffers from the same effect that it has on both Gold and Water Island. It gets shoved into the background of the verse when it's not fit for that at all, and it would have worked so much better had they just given it its own verse to shine and take spotlight. It isn't terrible, but it does contribute to overbloating the song. Woolbox is very noisy again. While I do appreciate that they at least try to give it an actual comprehensible rhythm this time, it gets buried under all that extra noise and effects, rendering it way too much to fit in, and gets outperformed by Epic Woolbox. The Wordos are extremely controversial on this island. We had our fair share of arguments, but unfortunately the bad outweighs the good. The biggest issue is when they play with Cybob. This part is infamously bad as the two don't pair well with each other. The issue is the same with Water Wordos. Cybob already being the lead is already carrying its own weight here, but trying to add a leading melody on top of that doesn't work, and it creates a tug-of-war effect which causes them to clash so terribly. For the rest of the song, they're just kind of okay, though the lyrics can come off as way too corny for some. Okay, you know exactly what I'm about to talk about here. This song is short. Way too short. Similar to Water, this forces Earth to have to cram all of these parts, in which makes the song come as overbloating. It's nowhere near as bad as Water, since for the most part, everything added just kind of plays generic chords, so things aren't too strained and the tone doesn't suffer. Beyond that, it also screams missed potential, as had the parts been more spread out, we could have had a really great song. But, oh well. Now for the strengths. The percussion when put together are absolutely phenomenal. They all hold their own weight and give the island its unique upbeat feel while not being too much to undermine the darker tone. Noggin's simple beats, Jumper's insanely complex rhythms, Shrub's filling, Clamvel's atmosphere, and Pango's flourish, and Epic Woolbox's everything, it all just comes together so perfectly well. Mehmet and Potbelly have a really nice duet and work wonders for the opening. They definitely have that Emerson charm to them, but it's not out of place for the opening at all. Pom Pom and Hula's best natural island. These two add a pretty good call and response and surprisingly don't take away from the atmosphere at all. And I will say, they have pretty good rhythmic interest together. KKK when it first comes in is pretty solid, filling in the air and providing a good transition with its vocal track. Then it comes back for the end of the song, once again filling in the air and capping off the song amazingly well. Overall, it provides the song with excellent filling and flair. Between Danadu and Furcorn, we had to choose one for who performs the melody better, and we chose Danadu. Its voice just suits the dark atmospheric tone the island goes for much better than Furcorn. The melody itself is really solid with peaks and falls, and such a dark weight to it that just works for this song. Overall, it's a really solid melody that works what it needs to for the song. So the best monster on this island kind of has to be a tie. It's between Reetling and Querister. Of course, how could it not be? Being the foundation of the entire song, Reetling has a lot of work on its shoulders to keep things together, and it works really well while standing out. It's incredibly rhythmic in the first half and super foreboding despite the instrument of choice, and the third and fourth track work together flawlessly well to progress the song forward. Querister being this deep bellowing choir just works wonders to enrich the song with even more darkness and atmosphere, leading the song forward while still letting the others shine. It carries its weight and others while filling in the air and being a driving force for the song. It does it all. It's easy to see why this duet in particular is so highly regarded. Straight up iconic. Well, that's it, Earth's Island. Let's see how it tallies up. Still pretty good. It's got its issues, but it's just enough to keep it moving. It's not the most intricate or complex song in MSM, but it's got passion and outcome in it. Well, that's that. Do you agree or disagree? Do we keep our feet on the ground or lose our heads all around? Let me know in the comments below. Well, next up is another Dawn of Fire song, so let's see how that turns out. Well, that's it from me, and I'll see you in the next one.